Hi folks, Period Woodworker here, doing a little non-woodworking. Got some maintenance to do to my 2014 Sprinter van. I used my analyzer. It went into a protection mode the other day and was driving real sporty and slowly. And it appears as if the mass air sensor has gone bad. Well, I've ordered one. I hadn't been able to find any other videos on the specific 2014, so I thought I would do this, if anything, just to show where the mass air sensor is, and it's very simple to change. So bear with me while I get in here and I'll change the camera around. This is the mass air sensor on a 2014, and I don't know what other year Sprinter vans, but this is what's bad. This is the air filter. Any of you that have changed your air filter have seen this, even if you didn't know what it was. So I'm not a super mechanic, but this should be fairly easy to change. So I believe all I'm going to need is a screwdriver. You do have to take this wiring harness off. To get it off, you press in on these two parts on the side, and it's only 30 degrees out here today, and it's very stiff. There we go. Let's pull that off. You loosen the clamp. Take that loose. I'm going to try to be able to take this off without having to take the air housing apart. You need a Phillips screwdriver for these screws. There are two of them. Oh, I'm wrong. You need a Torx. Okay, this takes a T20 Torx to get these screws off right here. Don't lose your screws. The other one I'm going to have to do by feel. You know, with it being 30 degrees and my hands freezing, I think it might be easier to take this air filter loose. Let me back this off and I'll show you. It's really not that hard to do. You have these two arms that come out. They just sit down in a rubber grommet. There also are rubber grommets that hold it on the back. So hopefully you just pop them out, and then it should. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take this loose too. Makes it much easier. There are other things that you have to take loose if you're doing work or changing your filter, but I think this will allow me to get the mass air sensor off to get to the screw. Don't lose your other screw. And then hopefully that's all that we have to disassemble to take this loose. And there is your mass air sensor. There's a rubber seal that holds it in there. That was the little squeaky that you heard there. So that's it. The original equipment replacement is a Bosch Take the two covers off. Okay, here's the Bosch replacement. Be sure when you put it back in that you don't put it in backwards. Well, you would know immediately because it's a big difference, but it also has this groove that holds the that on. So you just basically line up where the screw holes are. My goodness, that rubber grommet. Everything's harder when it's pretty cold. I'm going to put this easier one in first just to make sure that it's lined up. Which it is. I'll get it started. Okay, hopefully that's all that we needed to do. Now, you line this air filter assembly up with these rubber grommets back here. There's one there, and it just, I don't think I can turn it. They're going to take time to turn it, but this goes down in, and then these go on. It really would be easier if you had this out, so let's take this out. Okay, now we can line it up. Now you can see those two grommets that are back there, I hope. And get it all lined up. I'm just going to look out here at the side and make sure those are on right. Yes, they are. They just kind of go like that and just sit on that rubber stuff. And then these line back up and you just shove them down in. Put this back on. And we're going to tighten this clamp back up. Before I do that too much, let's get this other breather in here. Okay, that's in. Now let's finish tightening up this clamp. Okay. Plug your wiring harness back in. Make sure that it goes in and hard enough that your clamps, and you're done. That's all there is to changing the mass airflow sensor on a 2014 Mercedes Sprinter van. So as long as it works, we're in good shape. Thanks for joining me, and come back. Goodbye.